I'm thankful on this resurrection morning that I get to share his story and not mine. Life is a vapor. You can be here today and you can be gone tomorrow. October 29th, 2014, I was involved in an automobile accident. And it truly changed my life and my family's life. I got up that morning just like a normal day, ready to go to work, and I headed out to Hinesville, to my job. I was sitting at the red light, and I was actually rear-ended by a semi-truck. He told the officers that he basically looked down at his GPS, and it really just happened so fast, and I truly don't remember anything about the wreck.
At the age of 15, I was looking at a big world and made a lot of choices that really, just looking back at it now, changed the trajectory of probably 20 years of my life. There was just choices, you know. There was sin. There were different things that I chose to do that became, not intentionally, but it became the person I was.
It started January of 2015. My husband was in Free Heart, and he got another case against him. That Sunday, coming back to church was a struggle. Was I going to come back? Was I going to disappoint my family and my children? No. I took a faith step forward and said, I'm going. But all the way from Glenville to Jesup, I cried, tears, and my kids were quiet the whole time, just wondering what Mom was going through.
I remember waking up in the ambulance and looking up, and all I saw was, it's kind of like the white tiles in a building. And they began to ask me a lot of questions. Of course, I was terrified, but they began to ask me a lot of questions. And they asked me my name. I could not remember my name. Could not remember. They asked me if I was married, and at first I could not remember anything. And of course, then they began to tell me what had happened, that I'd been in an accident, and that they were fixing to life flight me to Savannah. And it was a very terrifying experience, but I do remember when I was as they put me in the life flight over to Savannah, I just began to call on the Lord.
The summer of 2014, all that started to change. Met a woman down at the coast where me and my family spent most of our summers, and she began to witness to us, spend time with us. I can remember the first time I met her. She was sitting on her golf cart with her Bible, and every time I seen her, she always had that Bible, and we were talking about stuff. I mean, it didn't matter. I had a lot of doubt. Even the things she was saying, I would challenge her because I was curious, but I wasn't sure. And she knew her word. She could find scripture, and just talk to us about it. And things started happening. And over time, I mean, at one point, we were having services at a clubhouse on the waterfront at the marina, you know, and it was really amazing.
Having my husband gone and having to step out in faith, it was hard. It was hard. I had no friends here. But Jesus was there with me the whole time. An amazing love I've never felt my whole entire life. What an amazing thing for me to actually step up and step out. And Jesus was there with me every step of the way.
But Because of the wreck, I had 5 broken ribs, a broken toe, a concussion. I had part of a laceration in my hair was yanked out. And it was very, very hard for me to remember anything that day. I don't remember the wreck. I don't remember anything about the wreck, which a lot of people has told me I should be thankful for that. But I am thankful for one thing today, and I am thankful for God's mercy and His grace that took care of me that day, because I know that it was Him. It was Him that took care of me and my family.
On Thursday morning, October the 9th, 2014, I walked into an office at Jesup Church of God, and I had a sense of urgency that morning. I had a call in my life, and I didn't know what to do about it. I got to a place where I could hear the Lord calling me, and I knew I had to get right, and I wasn't sure how to do it. And I met a guy that morning that treated me with just merciful love and no judgment. And he taught me that morning that's all I had to do was seek God. That's all I had to do was ask.
Last year I was angry. I was upset. I almost didn't trust in God and what God can do for me and for my family. But I was so upset. I was so angry. How can God do this to me? But coming to Jesup Church of God, they taught me it's not God. It was what I did. What Melissa and Jerry did. We did it to ourselves. But God has been picking us up and teaching us and bringing us forward and just making me the godly woman that I am today. Where am I today? Today, my faith is totally in Jesus.
I just want you to know that today, if you're experiencing any calamities in your life, and we do all go through these things in our lives, I just want you to know that they're only a matter of time. One thing I've learned through this process, with God, all things are possible. He makes all things new. So if you're experiencing any of those calamities today, just put your faith, your hope, and your trust in Him.
I think there was somebody in this room that was the person I used to be. I'd consider him, and I was that guy. I mean, I was the under the radar person, right? On paper, everything looked right. Nice family, beautiful wife, nice home, good career. In church on Sunday, got it put together as the way it was probably perceived. And the whole time, I mean, I was lost. And I come to realize that, in this place and in this church, it's a sanctuary. It's a safe place. You don't have to worry about rejection. You don't have to worry about judgment. There's healing in this place, and you can be broken and free from that here. That's what it's about. That's what it's for, is to be that place, to change lives, and to find freedom from sins.
Don't be scared. The first step is always the hardest step. But after, it's so much easier. You just keep taking those steps. And you will meet people here at this church who absolutely adore and love you and who will help you. Just come on, be happy. It's time. It's time for us all to be happy. Jesus is coming. Are you ready? Because I am.